Hello, folks! Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft Resonant Rise. I'm Kieran Dave, your host, creator of the Resonant Rise mod pack. We're here in my test server, and I'm here to get some things done today. I think this is episode 32. Now, when last we left off, I had set up these engines and started these lasers. And I have now got a ton of chipsets. I got a bunch of iron ones that'll make my life easier, and these guys can, of course, turn on at a whim, turn off at a whim, and our logistics systems keeps them supplied. I've also taken the trouble to start speccing out this room down here. Well, eventually we're going to clear all this out. We're probably going to, make this a little bit cleaner than it is right now so that we don't quite bump into our enchanting room. But I've been squeezing pretty much everything I can find in terms of squeezables, right? Just squeeze this, squeeze that. So for example, this guy is currently set up to squeeze chestnuts. I've been hand harvesting a few of those as I breed chestnut trees. Now, if you recall, we also set up a little bit of a liquid handling system, which I've been using with the various nuts and honey and honey drops and the creosote oil management. I've actually managed to get some honey, a fair sum of it. I imagine a little bit over a dozen buckets in there. You can't tell. It's one of the downsides of those tanks. I have 115 buckets of that, right? And then, of course, the creosote oil that we were collecting. And we've got, of course, this is now full of obsidian and stone. It's fantastic that way. But the big thing is, now that I have these Buildcraft components, what I'd like to do is make my life a little bit easier by using a new component, a new thing from, oh, hello, Blue Slime, using something brand new from, I guess, logistics pipes, and using some of these new resources. What I'm going to do is basically first, now that I can afford to, put a provider module on every one of these pipes. Remember when I said a few episodes ago that there would be a reason that we use these things? So here we've got two. But here, most of these just have one. And we really do actually have a slot for a reason. I had a plan, a master plan all along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some, provider pipes or provider modules. So if we look at those in EI, the reason that I've been holding off on making them is that they can either take a gold gear or a gold chipset. Obviously, I want the gold chipset. So I think I have enough gold chipsets. I need 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 10. I definitely have that many, although not that much. So let's go ahead and toss a little bit more gold in. I'm kind of running low, but we'll figure it out. Let's make another half dozen, right? And of course, a little bit of redstone, which you can see I've also been burning through at a pretty frightening rate. And I'm going to go ahead and put these together. So this is not necessary. Well, I still already got a bunch of this stuff. So let's go ahead and put these in. And we'll go ahead and order this. Right. So we're going to turn this on. You can turn on. There we go. Sometimes it's a little glitchy. Hopefully that's just a rendering bug. But we will definitely need power. So let's go ahead and boost our power output so as to keep our battery neutral. Go, little engines, go. Now I'm going to go ahead and put together these provider modules real quick. It's not exciting. It's all off camera, so don't sweat it. And I'll get back to you in just a moment. Okay, folks, I'm holding a whole bunch of these provider cards, which I am just going to slot in. And I can just basically slot them in by right-clicking, like so. And now everything, you can see they're just all falling in place. I think I made a few extra. I forgot that I had upgraded a few of these. I should have checked first, but whatevs. And boom. There. Now, if we look, everything is being provided to the network. Now, what exactly, and by the way, you can see some interesting stuff here, like, so you can say, for example, empty, you can exclude, you can do all sorts of things. Basically, the network now knows that these chests contain things, and if there was a request sent, it could be sucked out. For those of you who have seen the awesomeness that is this requesting system, it's a lot like, having things in an AE network, to be honest. It's slick that way. And eventually we won't need this, but we did it now because it's good. And I'm going to show you why. So what I would like to do next, I need to make an intermediate crafting component in order to be able to actually finish this up. What I need to do is make a soldering station, right? So this soldering station is something that Logistics Pipes uses for a lot of its upper level stuff. So let's go ahead and make the soldering station. It's just some iron, which I gotta go mining again. Look at this. Or what I really gotta do is set up some auto mining, right? I mean, everybody knows it. Nobody's pretending they don't know it. Let's go ahead and make one of these, and then make one of these. And I think we have the redstone on us, so we should just be able to request. Right? And ta-da, we've got one. Now, I'm pretty sure that this needs logistics power to work properly, but I've never actually used it before. So we're going to test. We're going to put it down for just temporarily right here. And yeah, it doesn't seem to need power, which is great. So we can put it anywhere we want, and that's exactly what we'll do. Where is my trusty pickaxe? My trusty steel pickaxe that is terrible. Right. We'll just go ahead and put this down next to our forestry thing for now, our forestry workbench that has served us so well. Right. So the reason that I need this is because I need to make some higher level stuff. Now, the first thing I'm going to need to make is a request pipe. And I can just show you, by the way, how awesome this is. So what we need here is an iron gear, right? And we need a gold chipset. I happen to be carrying one more gold chipset, thank goodness. So let's go ahead and make our iron gear. Eventually, we need to automate this process, right? We definitely do. But before we do, we probably want to consider at least... No, I may not have enough. I don't. Well, fortunately, I'm carrying 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make sure we have enough for one more on the table. Ta-da! Like so. Eventually we want to automate this, but we really do need an automated resource generation for that, which we'll get to very soon, I promise. But there we go. So we need a basic logistics pipe to make this complete, right? Yeah, just any basic logistics pipe. I keep some in here, so let's go ahead and keep these. We'll probably need some more soon. A request pipe. Ta-da! So as you can see, this request pipe is super cool. Let me just plonk it down to show you quite how cool it is, and how much cooler it's gotten. I've been rewatching, actually, Direwolf Season 4, kind of for inspiration and ideas, and boy has this system gotten better since then. So here's everything we have, right? This is pretty familiar to the Applied Energistics, and in fact it has pretty much the same functionality. We can fetch anything we want, and we have everything that's in the provider module. You see a little gas tier here, some things. Everything that we could possibly want is available from here. If we want to suck things out, we just donk it with the wrench and make a request. I think it's fantastic. And obviously, that's pretty useful. But what I'd like to do is go a little bit further. There's a very new item you may have seen here called the Logistics Request Table. Now, this is something else. This is something different, right? So we need to actually make this. This functions a lot like an ME crafting terminal, but for logistics pipes, which is actually a lot more flexible. I don't know if you've noticed, but logistics pipes are actually better at automation than AE is. But we're not going to have to choose. Eventually, I'll reclaim these provider modules, and I will just have a AE system. And in fact, I think we'll do that really soon. But what we're going to need to do is, well, we're going to need to make this Mark II request pipe, which is really awesome. And we just take our pipe and we add a single... Oh, not what I wanted to do there. Okay, we just go ahead and add a single diamond chipset. We can do this just in hand, just by kind of shoving that in there. Ta-da! Now, the advantage of this thing, it is also a very cool item, which you probably want more of around, is that you can just right-click with your hand, or with, really, any tool at all, right? And now you can get this. And it actually does things faster. It has some other stuff I don't understand yet. I haven't seen anybody talk about this disc thing yet. I'm sure there's something fascinating there. But for us, for now, it's just a component that we need for making our table, which we are going to put down right here, right in the middle of this room, right? Well, you know what? No, we're going to put it down over here. So let's go ahead and break this rolling machine for now. Whoa, there's a bunch of iron in there. That's cool. And, well, this is a bit of a pickle. Right. So what we'd like to do is, well, we're just going to need to put down some dirt for a minute. And there we go. Whoa, server. And we'll have to start working on improving this. Now, I need 2 diamond chipsets. I'll have to wait a moment. I think I've cooked up at least one more. Oh, I've cooked up one more, and we're working on the last one, which, as you can see, just started. So give me a minute so that you don't have to wait for that, right? In the meantime, let's talk about, it seems to never be day when I want to go outside, but let's go outside for a sec. The other thing we're going to be doing this episode, once we have that table in place, is we're going to be setting up a fruit picker, I think it's called, from MFR, to handle these. Now, I actually have enough room here, I counted it out, to put a forestry farm, but I've never used the MFR picker, and I'd love to. I also think we may put a few more strategic, whoa, creeper, a few more strategic elevators. Jeez, I hate creepers. Don't you? Eventually, we're going to need to build a real entranceway and a place to protect our bees. Right. So basically, the thrust of this episode is making sure that we can get that to get all the seed oil we need, and also start working on making it so that we can craft whatever we want, and just generally clean up this room. And I think we have time to do another really fun project. I'll show you a block that I've been ranting about in private, and I can't wait to show you. So give me a sec to cook up this diamond, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, so after a long time with this relatively weak laser array, I managed to cook up the diamond chipsets I need. So I think we can make this happen now. Now, I don't think nope, it doesn't. So let's see, we need 2 bricks, like so, a crafting table, a chest, then we need our crafting logistics pipe Mark II, which I made off camera, and we need a request logistics pipe Mark II. Finally, what we need, oh, I accidentally hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. All right, so we need to put that there, and then we need one of these 2 here. And I think the chest actually goes here, and the hopper goes here. Now, the last thing we need to do is just hit that. Now, I'm not sure if this needs power. It seems to think that it does. No problem, though. I sort of dug out here with the realization that this could happen. I even have some sandstone pipe on me. Right. So we can go like this. There's no junctions yet. And we just toss that in, right? And now that's connected to our logistics network safely. So it should be, if it needs power, it's receiving it for sure. So let's see if it's coming online. It needs, are we missing anything in particular? We need Mark II, a hopper, 2 diamond chipsets. So what's the deal? Maybe it needs actual buildcraft power. Well, we can give that a try too. Let's just go ahead and break these pipes here. And instead of giving it logistics power, let's give it actual buildcraft power. And then there. And one more piece. Aha! That was it! I got you, soldering table. I guess that sort of stands to reason that it needs buildcraft power. So let's go ahead and do this. Now, I don't want to hear any complaints from folks. Oh, how come you didn't know that? This mod is not well documented. That's the end of it. All right, so here we go. Da-da-da-da. We have a logistics request table and an output to a logistics request system right here. Let's put this down. Oh, it doesn't look like much, but look at this. So let's say, for example, that we wanted to go ahead and make some, you know, how about some redstone torches, right? Well, so, you know, we could just like this. We could even go down here like this, right? We go recipe, question mark, and now we could say request. And it takes a sec to get over here. And now we can just go ahead and pull it out. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? Now, this can do a whole bunch of stuff that's a lot like the ME crafting terminal, only it's more flexible because it can also, you know, it can basically run a lot of different things. So now we have a redstone torch. This is fantastic. Now, I don't actually even really know or understand exactly all the things that this does, right? There's so many things that this does. But this is now, from now on, how we're going to be building things. And I, for one, couldn't be more pleased because the first thing we're going to be doing, and let's celebrate by tossing all of our stuff away here, right? Let's get everything back in the system that you know, it would Most of the stuff could self-sort, but a couple of things I pulled out in total couldn't self-sort. Right. Could toss stone. Well, no, these can't go in. And pretty soon now, in fact, real soon now, trademark, we're going to be switching over to the AE system, and this particular part of it will make sense, but we won't lose the provider part of things, right? That we won't actually lose at all. So I'm pleased about that. Now, let's see. I just want to take a moment to just say, yay, I have an interface like this again. I miss these. I miss these so much. So why don't we take a look at something we could actually build with it? I want to get seed oil into the system, so let's take a look at the, or actually, I guess it's the MFR fruit picker. Right? So to get this to work, we need a machine frame. We should have everything we need in the system, so let's go ahead and request it. And it'll take a sec to come in. We'll probably want to accelerate this. There we go. Doesn't take long though. Right? Now we have a machine frame. We can actually keep this in here for now. Let's see, what else do we need? We need a bunch of shears. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and request. I think we can do multiples at once, probably. Let's bring a little bit more iron in. I only have 200. Oof. Let's just bring. Oh, that's a little bit too much. How about this? Iron. And we can just request it manually as well. Yay! All right. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. All right. What else we need? We need a gold axe. So we can go ahead and request this. No problem as well. Now, this is not quite as nice as the ME crafting table because the distance that it sits is proportional. However, we could speed it up a little bit, right? I actually do like this part of the interface down here a lot better than the ME crafting interface because it just kind of makes it clear what's going on. Now, I think we have a redstone reception coil. I think we have one of those in, let's see, do we have it? We only have redstone transmission coils, so we'll have to do the recipe for this, which I think we can do. Oh, by, well, let's go ahead and take a look at this. First, we have to right-click this and get out of it, hit Enter, and R. Sorry, there's a couple of different new hotkeys. I'm not really used to this at all. Okay, that's easy enough. Let's go ahead and request. Oh man, this is so nice. I bet you if I just blow a little bit more gold and we go ahead and actually make the gold pipe path all the way to this, it will be imperceptible amounts of time. So let's go ahead. We should just be able to request everything we need here. Oh, wow. That's not actually, it doesn't actually take that into account. Well, we should have some plastic. Actually, that should be showing up. Else we just be able to go like this. Ta-da! So now we have a fruit picker. Let's also take a moment to just grab some steel. Request all. That's okay though. I think we can do, just request all of it. That's a little bit less awesome than the AE version. That's okay. And then we want some redstone. For this, we just want 6 as well. Clear these out. And by hand, we're just going to go like this. Like so, and like so. And then we can go like this. And let's just go ahead and finish that up. Okay. So we'll make some more pipes in a few, but oh man, it's so nice to actually have an auto crafting interface. What we want to do, well, it's night, but it should be okay, is we want to go ahead and get this device working. We want to get it up and running with our system. So let's make sure there's no especially bad guys around, no creepers to ruin our days. Now, I think if we just put this sucker down right here, well, looks like I unfortunately did it for a forestry farm. A little bit wrong for a forestry farm at that. That's too bad. No, I did it right. Okay, we'll do it right here. Now, folks, this is the fruit picker. I've never used it before, so I'm actually a little unsure about the specifics of it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move it back one, and I'm going to put it down, and I'll dig the thing for power, and then we'll see exactly what happens, right? Because obviously, I need to go grab my tools and everything else, and this is right above the laser room, but it should be easy to run power up to it, and I'm going to run some pipes up to it. I'll be right back once I've done that. You don't need to see me dig on camera. All right, well, as you can see, I'm just going ahead and putting the finishing touches on this. But it occurs to me, there we go, that I will not be able to actually use this right off the bat. I sort of fired it up and I thought, oh yeah, here it goes, it's going to go crazy. And it actually didn't go crazy. Now, the thing is that these machines start out with a 3x3 radius. And that is simply not going to work for this. We're going to need to definitely increase it. So I think I'm going to have to run in really quick. And, you know, change things up. Oh, not exactly what I wanted to do. Interesting, though. Swap the grass out, huh? No, what I'd like to do is swap these out to make it even. So what I'm going to have to do is go ahead and make a, you know, just a little bit of an upgrade to the system. A little bit of upgrade to make sure that we actually can harvest this stuff. Because right now I think it's trying. It has power. It even says it has work, you know, it says all these things, right? But that's not actually what's happening, obviously. So let me just finish cleaning up here. And by cleaning up, I mean, you know, being a little bit ridiculous. That looks good, right? That looks fine. And yeah, I will, we'll just need to make this upgrade. It's another opportunity, great opportunity, really, to use these, use this new table that we crafted, because it'll just take a heartbeat with that. Well, maybe more than a heartbeat until I replace all the pipes with gold, but I may need to go mining before I feel quite comfortable with that. Hello? There we go. So let's go ahead and what we need is an upgrade. Upgrade. Let's see. We need a nice big upgrade. How about, what does a quartz upgrade look like? You know, we should just have everything we need for this. Can we just request all of this? Yeah, it's all successful. So, ta-da! Let's go ahead and toss that in. Oh, and while we're down here, before we do that, before we give the machine the possibility of turning on, I just wanted to make sure, whoa, that I didn't snafu something up down here. And yeah, I did. What I need to do is toss a single basic logistics pipe right, well, I need to tear up my floor and do it right here, because I'm about to introduce a junction here. And as you can see, it's still feeding the magmatics. So let's go ahead and get our basic logistics pipe and our stone transport pipe. For this, we go basic here, remember, and then that way the routing won't break. And currently, there's nothing interesting going on there because, of course, there's no logistics pipes at the far end of that route. But that's okay. What we really care about is that things will come in from outside, and they will. Wow, it's getting a little bit wacky down there, huh? With all those facades. As soon as they come in, they will be eventually routed into our terminus module, which will take care of all the chestnuts we're about to harvest. So here I have my upgrade in hand, and whoop, yes, this is gonna be great. I may just go about putting an elevator in every room. I don't know if that's cool or not. I have to think about it. I do really like these elevator blocks. Okay, and here we go. That should do something. And now, I've been informed that this is how it works. This is the fruit picker does this. Oh, look at it go. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Chestnuts, all getting picked. All getting picked. Look at that. Look at that. That's magnificent. Now it's going over the other tree. Now, if we go down and look at our terminus, let's run over there. We should find. I'm so relieved that worked. I've been kind of skeptical that really works. I know it's supposed to, but you know, you're just like, eh. If we hop down here, then we should find that we have a ton of work going on in here. This hopper, or this chute. Now, interesting. They all went somewhere else. So what happened here? Terminus module. Chestnut. And now I wonder if maybe we had another route somewhere else that was valid. So we'll have to figure out where they went. Give me just a sec to troubleshoot this. This is my first time ever actually using the Terminus module, and I sort of used it in Angular. So here's our default route, and that's not where it went. Did it end up in our B stuff? No, that's not where it went either. Where could it have gone? Well, we'll have to... Could it have ended up in here, perhaps? No. It definitely ended up somewhere, folks. Give me a second, I'll figure out what happened. Actually, you know what? They ended up in the right place. It just, you know, kind of didn't realize it. But yeah, check that out. They actually ended up all in my squeezer. And now you can see seed oil going out. So now we have basically infinite seed oil, to the point where I'll probably need to make another squeezer just for honey. Because, wow, look at it go. There goes our magma. Just because I think we're kind of at a point where that would make sense for us. Yes. Right. Let me just clean up a little bit. So there we go. We have a substantial improvement to our seed oil generation. I bet you we're already making a ton. What was it? 118 and some change? Yeah, no problem. We're gonna fill this up. No, 117. Must be 116 and some change. We're gonna fill that up in no time because those chestnut trees, they just go crazy. So, that's a pretty big build. Next up, what I'd like to do is start getting these fluids all to work for us. Now, you notice that I moved all these things, and I'm going to clean up all the space around here just a little bit, right? And I'm also probably going to move the centrifuge. I want to get all these machines to start working. In order for me to do that, I'm going to have to actually plumb them. But there's really not enough room to plumb them. So what are we going to do? Well, I'm really excited to do the next part. Can't wait to show you. Let me go get what I need, clean up my inventory a little bit, because look at this, right? And I will show you exactly what we're about to do. All right, folks, so I think I have everything I need on hand to go ahead and make a Transvector interface from Thaumic Tinkerer. I won't show you too much of what I'm working on here, but it's really great to have some new content in this particular mod. I really love Domcraft, and I really wish that there was more content because, I mean, the research is tough to go through. Most people don't like it. Before we can make this awesome Transvector interface, which lets you teleport things to a block, before you freak out, let me show you what that means. First thing we're going to do is make an interface binder. We need 2 iron, a wand in the middle, V shard in the lower left, and then we need a little bit of machina and potentia. Let's go ahead and get that staged up. So first we put this over here. We put these like so. This new wand I crafted up just for the occasion, and a V shard that I've been holding on to. Now we need to get some 6 machina and 6 potentia. I believe 3 redstone fit the bill. So let's go ahead and toss 3 redstone. Oh look, I just happened to have 3. I really didn't plan that. If that were cool, I would have. Perfect. So, interface binder. Fantastic. So this is just a tool by itself. It doesn't do much. You can just hold it, and it doesn't do much. It has a cool model though, right? Cool model. Now, the next piece is we actually need to make a Transvector interface, right? So we need an ender pearl, 2 redstone, magic blocks. In the middle, we'll get to the essentia in just a second. We do have an ender pearl right here. I was researching these to get this recipe. Let's go ahead and put this in the middle. These on the edges. A little bit of this here. And then these magic blocks, these arcane blocks, which are really the most annoying part of the whole build. Now, if we get permutatio of 6 and machina of 6, that will be great. Now this one's going to be a little messier, I think. So we can get 3 eggs. So let's go ahead and carefully toss in 1, 2, 3 eggs. And then 3 of this. 1, 2, 3. That should be sufficient, yes, to make our first Transvector interface. Now I'm going to go and make a bunch more of these off camera, but I do want to show them to you because I just can't tell you how excited I am. Let's do this. So, let's see if we have one of these on hand. I think we do. A fluid supplier pipe. I made one of these a while ago. What this does, unlike a provider pipe, is this actually injects fluid into a block. So let's go ahead and pick this particular thing, this carpenter here, right? What we'd like to do is get build craft power. Ooh, look at that thing go. And we'd like to get well, I guess we'll do seed oil for this one. We want to get seed oil in that carpenter. So let's go ahead and go downstairs and place this in a place where it's more convenient for us. Right here would be lovely, right? Now, I think we should be within range, but it can be a little dicey. So first thing we do is tap the location. You see this little ding, location bound. Now, if we're lucky, we're within range. Otherwise, we'll have to try again. And we tap here. With a shift click. Interface is too far away. So let's just try one more time. Oh, a little bit too much there. A little bit too much juice. Let's go ahead and fix that. We can fix this floor anytime we want. We just need to be... Well, let's go ahead and just break the floor here and see if we can find it. There we are. So, slightly awkward, but we should be able to put it... Actually, we could probably put it right here. So let's try again. Shift right click. Oh. Okay. There we go. Location bound. And... Shift right click. Interface is too dang far away. Let's see what we can do here. Because 1, 2. Well, you know, this it won't hurt anything to do it this way. Because all it's going to do... Let's go like this. Let's see if we can get it up a little bit. This should be close enough, I think. So let's first just click this in the air. Location bound. And... Shift right click. How could it be too far away? Probably what we have to do is grab the sandstone pipe here. We'll break this so that we can make sure not to interrupt the flow of items here. Right. Now, surely this is close enough. Let's go right here. Pull out our interface. Move our eggs. Right. That's a few blocks. So let's see. Okay, let's go like this. There we go. Location bound. All right, so this is perfect. We can actually make this all work out. So now the first thing we want to do is we actually are going to replace the sandstone pipe with a liquid provider pipe. And as you can see, it's synced up, right? Hey, what does that even mean? Well, let me show you. Right? What we'd like to do is keep it stocked with, well, let's go backwards. What we'd like to do is keep this one stocked with seed oil. So let's just go ahead and scroll through the list. Honey, fruit juice, seed oil. And we'd like to keep it stocked with, you know, a bucket, at least at all times. And well, let's keep 2 buckets in there. There we go. Now, that should work. Now, what's going to happen here is so cool, is that this is now synced up to that, so that this system will now request the seed oil. Now, the only problem is we don't have the seed oil supplied. So let me go ahead and toss a, or provided. So let me go ahead and toss a provider pipe on there. As you can see, I haven't actually hooked it up yet. Let me go ahead and do that real fast, and then we'll see that it works. All right, here we go. And let's just go ahead and toss that provider pipe right there, and boop, and already you saw stuff going out, right? And flying along here. So what does it mean? Whoa! It means that we connected here, And ta-da, seed oil. Now, we can go further than that too. We can actually hook up anything we want to this interface. We could hook up logistics pipes. We could hook up anything, and we can do it all through the floor. Now, you're saying, Dave, I don't really see the value of this, you know, in this particular scenario. Let me show you, because I'm about to do something that I couldn't do without this, right? I'd like to have all those things together. I'd like to have them provided with power, right? Well, done. Power, right? Now, I could have also wired it up there, of course. But what I'm going to do is wire all these Transvector interfaces, and each one's going to have a liquid request, right? And each one's going to have its own little thing. And this, with this technique, I can now actually fill these things up. I can even have them auto-extract. I could even have them automatically item sync if I wanted to have them crating for whatever reason, right? And there's no downside, right? Like, this basically just works. These things are so cool. They're so cool. Let's see if I can hop out. Well, I'm gonna have to break this to get down. Sorry. So basically with these, I'm gonna go make a bunch more of these and redo all the carpenter's display. Because while their range is not great, that's okay, because they are incredible. They are amazing objects, because they allow me to make builds that simply don't exist anymore. We'll do another one soon, I think, when we start actually doing forestry biomass. Because as you can see, we put this all together, and it works out super well. So I'm going to go ahead and make a bunch more. They're all going to be powered. They're all going to have their own suppliers coming off of here, and it will be fantastic. Ooh, look at it go. It'll be fantastic. And with that, folks, I think that we've probably hit a wrapping up point. You don't need to see me go through and transvector of each one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one of these carpenters for each of the major fluids. It's going to be this is seed oil, this will be water, this will be honey, and that will be creosote. We'll also probably make a transvector interface just to do liquid extraction here, because again, it needs power, right? Now, we couldn't possibly wire both power and liquid and have this nice space-saving, efficient profile. So obviously that's what we want to do. And with that, I think that I'm going to call it done. You can leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave a comment. I'd love to talk to you about the mod pack. I'd love to talk to you if you have ideas about how to do this build better still than the way that uses transvector interfaces, or something I haven't considered before. Go ahead and let me know, because I would love to hear it. I am in love with these transvector interfaces, and I want to hear more about them and things we can do with them. And I think that every mod should do this now. This should be the new ore processing, right? This should be the new ore doubling. Everybody should do it, because it's just too cool. It's just too cool. And with that, folks, I'm going to ask you to join me next time. I've been told to say I'm the worst Minecraft player. Please join me again.